It was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. The grand ballroom of the royal palace was filled with laughter, music, and nobles dressed in jewels brighter than the stars. At the center stood Scarlet Van, elegant, proud, and graceful, the daughter of a powerful duke and the fiancée of the kingdom's second prince, Kyle von Palestan. She had spent years preparing for this life, learning etiquette, enduring pressure, smiling through whispers, all for this moment. But fate had something cruel waiting for her. As the dance reached its peak, the prince stepped forward. His expression was cold, distant. And then, in front of everyone, he declared the words that shattered her world. Scarlet Van, our engagement is annulled. The music stopped. The nobles froze. Scarlet's heart skipped a beat. Then came the accusation. Prince Kyle claimed that Scarlet had bullied another noble lady, the sweet, innocent Terranessa Hopkins. Gasps filled the hall. Murmurs spread like wildfire. Scarlet stood silent. All her life, she had followed the rules, stayed calm, stayed proper. But this betrayal burned like fire in her chest. Then she smiled. Not the polite smile of a noblewoman, but one filled with something dangerous. She turned toward the prince and said softly, "Your Highness, may I ask for one final thing?" The crowd held its breath. Prince Kyle raised an eyebrow. "What is it?" he asked. Scarlet's eyes glimmered. "Let me send this stupid pig flying." Before anyone could react, bam! Her fist connected right with the prince's fiancée face. The proud noble who had humiliated her flew back, crashing into the banquet table. Glasses shattered, nobles screamed, and Scarlet, she stood tall, her crimson dress fluttering, her knuckles bleeding slightly, but her heart lighter than it had ever been. That punch was not just revenge, it was freedom. But that single act of defiance was just the beginning. In that world of scheming nobles and fragile pride, Scarlet had broken the unwritten rule, never humiliate royalty. Now every power in the kingdom wanted her silenced. Yet Scarlet was no fragile noble lady. The years she spent enduring ridicule had forged her into something else, something stronger. Rumors spread like wildfire. The fallen fiancé who punched a prince. But behind the gossip, Scarlet began her own quiet war. She exposed corruption among the nobles, uncovered hidden crimes, and punished those who thrived on lies. Each move was precise, calculated, as if she had been planning this revenge her entire life. Still, Scarlet wasn't driven by hatred alone. Deep down, she sought justice, not just for herself, but for those crushed under the weight of power. Her enemies called her a monster. Her allies called her a savior. But Scarlet didn't care what anyone thought anymore. For once, she was free to act on her own will. May I ask for one final thing? Isn't just a revenge story. It's the story of a woman who refused to bow, a noble lady who traded her crown for her fists, and a reminder that even in a world built on lies and appearances, one act of truth can shake an empire. So when the anime drops, remember this moment. The music stops, the prince speaks, and Scarlet smiles, asking for just one last thing. That's where her story begins.